Hey guys, welcome back. This is part 4 of my RAT programming courseware material on YouTube. So let's go ahead and open up the RAT that we're writing, right? So go ahead and click on your previous project. If you want to, you can favorite it too. I might go ahead and do that. And then just go ahead and open it on up. It might resize my IDE, so bear with me for just a minute here while I make sure that you guys are sized correctly in. Let me go ahead and put this over here just a bit. Okay, looking good. I will try to get that lined up a little better for y'all. Okay, great. So check this out. I want to show you guys how fast you can design new forms for your RAT. So let's say we're just continuing right off where we left off. So we're going to go ahead and start making some extra forms for different features of the RAT, you know, like remote desktop, remote webcam, audio capture, etc., etc., etc. So let's go ahead and go File, New, and then look for VCL Form Delphi. Click on that. It's going to open up a Form 2 unit. So it's just a blank unit with a blank form and pretty much blank code, just a basic template for this unit. And I want to design this to be able to have controls and components on it and stuff that are going to be used for us to, you know, like click start to start capturing the remote desktop screen, etc., etc. But I'm lazy and I don't want to do it myself. So I'm going to say, AI, do this for me right now. And oh my God, I'd already done it. Oh, great. So now we're going to go to View as Text. So right click anywhere on your form, go View as Text, erase everything, and paste the code that the AI gives you, and right click and go back to View as Form. Boom! Done. Didn't have to do jack shit. Isn't that great? Don't you guys think that's just the most fucking awesome shit you've ever seen in your lifetime? It's awesome, right? So, not even having to, you know, fucking do anything. Here, let me delete this trash. We don't need this or this or this. But at least I know that we're able to, you know, make something super simple and super fast. I mean, this is just crazy, right? Something I don't even have to mess with. And I'll just put the auto refresh here. And I might even go ahead and take it an extra step. So I'm going to grab us a checkbox. And we'll put that right here. And then this can be like, I don't know, it can be like save frames or something like that, right? And then for also, we'll copy and paste this as well and put, we'll put control mouse. And then we'll also put one for control keyboard or something like that, right? So we'll just go control keyboard. Okay, great. Fantastic. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, really, that's literally it. We've designed our form for being able to do this stuff. And it's got a little thing down here, which I don't like. Let's go ahead and add ourselves a status strip or a status bar, whatever you want to call it. Make ourselves a panel. And we'll call that status in-a for now, with a width of 100. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Okay, great, fantastic. So there you have it, boys. AI can speed up your progress like crazy insane. Amazing. So on this, instead of saying screenshot, I'm going to say start capture, and that's it. All right, there you go, boys. So this one's pretty much done. So all you have to do is just press the Save All button, and it's going to ask you to save this unit. And I'm not going to call it Unit 2. I'm going to call it Desktop. So Desktop Streamer. Actually, you know what? Better yet, we'll just call it Remote Desktop. How about that? More meaningful name, right? And then just hit save. Boom, done. Great, fantastic. Now we can move on to, you know, like a webcam or something. So how about we go ahead and go File, New, VCL Form Delphi. This one we can, you know, we can ask AI to do this one again. So, I mean, if I want, I could say, make one for webcam streaming. And then I can give it this unit code. That way at least kind of knows some context to do it in. And then we just wait for it to generate. And we'll just sit here and chill for a minute. Well, that didn't take so long. We'll just copy that, go right-click, View as Text, erase all that, paste this in, right-click, go back to View as Form, and boom, wow, look at that. We got a device selector for the webcam. We've got a start camera, stop camera. I don't know what the heck this is, but I'm going to delete that. Here's your FPS, which you could, it's not really necessary. We're not going to mess with that crap. Ours is going to be fast as absolute shit anyway. So we'll just leave it as is, and then this right here for the status, we want a status strip. So let's grab ourselves another status strip here and make ourselves a panel and call this caption of here. We'll just do it like this. We'll do text of status NA and size that width to 100. All right, and then we'll just close this out. And as far as this is concerned, looks like the AI has placed the image inside of something. So we'll come over here. You see how like I'm not able to like resize this or anything? It's because it's locked. So it's also locked inside of something as well. So honestly, I don't really care about this. I'll just copy the image, delete it, and then I'll delete the panel that it actually put it on a T panel here. That's not exactly what I wanted at all. So I'll paste the image back in, and it will be sized to the client. And there you have it. We now have a fully blown webcam streaming form for our rat pre-made. Yippee! Yippee-ki-yay! Okay, save. And then the on destroy doesn't exist. It probably tried to write some code. I'm just going to erase whatever it did do. I don't really care about any of this stuff. So that's that. And we're going to call it, we'll just call it webcam. Remote webcam. How cool is that? All right, fantastic. Okay, so like now you guys have seen how lazy you can get, like with this language and with AI helping you out. It's just snappy, 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 done. Now, in my case, personally, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think these designs are total trash. I really do. I think these designs are total dog shit. But we'll go ahead and keep it just for these two. I might modify it in the future. I just wanted to show you how simple it was to instantly design this stuff with artificial intelligence and not have to do it yourself. Now this right here needs to actually be brought out a little bit, but there you have it. So that's that. This is this, and obviously you kind of get what this would do. You would select the webcam device, which we're going to send over remotely from the client endpoint, and then we're going to start that camera device or stop that camera device. These buttons will enable and disable accordingly, and the imagery will show up right here. And then our status indicator can show, like, I don't know, currently capturing FPS at blah, 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 whatever you want, right? And then this can do the same exact thing, pretty much, yeah. So start and stop capture, the button can just change caption, etc., etc. Done and done. Fantastic. All right, so let's go ahead and do like a simple task manager. So let's do new and then go to VCL form Delphi. This will be the task manager, so we can actually do this one by hand, just for shits and gigs. So we'll do remote task manager, and for this we're going to put a list view. So go ahead and grab yourself a list view, pop it down, right click, columns editor, add. Yeah, I know I'm going really fast, guys. I'll slow down. All right, but you just want to make the first column here. You can just do like process name, and we can auto size that, and then on this we can go to the bottom on the view style and make it report. And for this, for now, we're just gonna kind of screw around with this. We're just gonna leave it as is for like this or whatever. And then inside of this, we'll have a pop-up menu, if you will. So we're gonna anchor this to all four edges, and then we're gonna grab ourselves a pop-up menu. So now we have a pop-up menu. Click, boom, bam. Okay, go into the pop-up menu. Click on the caption. This will be kill process. Probably the only thing this thing is useful for. So there you have it, and that's it. We can put as many things as you'd like in here. If you guys want to make suggestions, feel free to do so in the comments, and I will do my best to add it for you. So we're going to hit save, and it's going to ask me for a name for this unit, or this form in this unit, which is going to be remote task manager. And save. Okay, done. Great. Fantastic. Don't forget, we also have to assign this pop-up menu to this list view. Now, we can name the pop-up menu something a little more meaningful, maybe like task pop-up, and then assign it to this list view component's pop-up menu property on the object inspector. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and there you have it. So now, whenever you right-click on this, you'll get this menu, and then you can do stuff with it, right? So, yeah, so there's that. So we've got remote desktop, we've got remote task manager, remote webcam. Oh gosh, guys, there's just so much more we could do. So let me think. Probably going to need to do like a audio type thing, right? So we'll go File, New. We'll go to VCL Form, Delphi. I don't feel like doing this one myself, so I'll ask AI. Make an audio one. Use this code as a base. So now I'll go into the code and I'll copy it all, and then I'll show it to AI and be like, here, generate me a form for this. And then I'll just go here, I'll right click on the form, go down to view as text. This is the form's code that makes up all the components objects on the form. I'll erase it. Artificial intelligence is going to cook us up something nice, and we're going to throw it in there and be lazy fat fuckers. Because that's what I am. A lazy fat fuck. It's exactly what I am, boys and girls. Just a lazy fat fuck. Okay, cooking. Hey, it looks pretty damn good to me. So basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to copy this. We're going to paste it, go back to the form by right-clicking in the code editor and going View as Form. And bam! Check it out. So what did it cook up for us? Can we even use any of this for our rat? Let's take a peek. So we got the input device, the output device. This could be on your side. This could be like from them for their input mic. This could be the volume level that you're going to output out. This could be the format, the PCM modulation format. This could be left, right. Oh, this is absolutely perfect for us. We could actually use this for the left ear and the right ear on the PCM format, and we could also do, like, if you want to save it, you know, to like a WAV file or something, you could totally do that. Honestly, I probably won't mess with this too much. Maybe, I don't know. We'll leave it. It looks good enough. Here's the duration of the actual file, or the current stream or whatever. And then as far as this monitor thing, I don't really think we need that. We'll get rid of that. So this will be the record button, and we'll save to this file. You have to have a file selected before you can click that. This will be the play, stop, all that stuff. But down here, the play button can be swapped out for start capture. Okay. And then the save button will be used to save the final recording that we get. But we're also going to need to put probably like a checkbox. So you can kind of work with AI a little bit, but for the most part, it's just kind of weird sometimes. So this will be the recording. This checkbox can represent whether or not we're going to record directly to a file. Record to file. So we will actually, you know what? Better yet, we'll just leave it as is for now. We'll work around it later, okay? So for now, when you hit refresh here, this needs to be, hey, you know what? Let's change this back to play. That'll play a file. Up here, this can have a refresh button and a start button. How about that? That'll be cool. So then we'll have start capture. So this is to refresh the devices that you have, or that they have and that you have to output with. And then this will be start capture once you've actually selected their microphone so you can hear them. Okay, and then your output device where you can actually hear them on your end. That'll be the start capture button. Okay, fantastic, save. Okay, I'm not going to do any of this crap because it put extra code in there. Remove the references, yes, 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 yes. And then we are going to save this as remote audio capture and save. All right, so now, guys, I want to let you know that if we try to run this program as of now, it's going to give us an error. So here, let me run this real quick. We'll run this. And you see how we have the error that I just told you we were going to get. That is because we've used artificial intelligence to create these forms. So the IDE didn't actually pick up that we had these components slapped down to it, right? So we're going to have to basically go through each one of these and make sure to add all the components in our types. Because if we don't, whenever you run the program, here, watch, I'll show you again that same error. It's going to say that the T image is not found. That is because there's a T image on this, like actually here on this form, but it's not declared in code. So that's the Delphi compiler is it's successfully building the application and running it, but when the application runs, you get kind of that error that states you don't have that component declared, therefore there's nothing to show. You see what I'm trying to get at? So we'll go ahead and go through and fix those. So guys, let me show you what you have to do to fix that error that I was telling you about. You see how, like, in the form you have all your components laid out here, right? So in code it should look like this. It's a type of tform5, class of form, and here's all the components that exist in the form. You have to make sure that you're adding these if you're using AI. It's a kind of a pain in the butt. If you're going to use AI, it really does speed you up, but also you have to make sure that these are getting added properly in the IDE code editor, okay? And as you can see, I had to fix it for each one of these. So there's like these, then there's this, so we have to make sure all of these are in there. And then for the remote task manager, I made that one personally by hand, so it automatically, the IDE automatically kind of babies you and adds that in there for you, so you don't have to worry about it. But if you use an AI, just be warned that is a problem, and you do have to be sure that you know what you're doing, or you can really screw up your projects. All right, but in any case, enough of that. Let's go ahead and do some thinking. So we've got our remote audio capture, we've got remote desktop, we've got remote webcam, we have our remote task manager, which we made ourselves, and there's just so many more things we've got to do, guys. This is just the beginning. I mean, seriously, this is literally the beginning, absolute beginning. We have so much more to think about and to do. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and click on our client pop-up menu here, and let's design some stuff. Now I know we're going to keep these top two just for demonstrational purposes later on in the series, but for now also, let's go ahead and program in all this stuff, okay? So let me show you how I would go about doing this if I was actually writing this as a real-world project, right? So we will do audio capture, actually we'll do desktop capture, and then we'll do audio capture, or we could even put mic capture if you want. We could put mic capture, audio capture, whatever you'd like. And then for this, we can do webcam capture. And then for this one here, we'll do we'll just do the task manager, something like that, right? So we've got desktop capture, mic. You know, we've got our webcam and our task manager. That takes care of all the forms we've just created. Now, we're not done, okay? Like, we are far from being done, okay, boys? We got a long way to fucking go. So, don't get too comfortable. Yet. I'm gonna make you boys strong. Just like fucking Major Payne, right? Alright, so here's the thing. We got all that made up. Now we need some icons. So I'm going to open PyCon on my computer here, and you guys can't see this at all because, you know, I got it off screen over here, but just bear with me. I'm going to open up our icons that we do have, and we're going to start throwing in some stuff. So we're going to need icons for everything we just did. So I'm going to search for desktop. So get a desktop icon as a PNG. We will just use like a remote desktop looking thing. So this one looks good. So this one right here, guys, this remote desktop PNG, that looks cool, right? And then we'll use a speaker for audio. Actually, you know what? Screw that. Let's just use, let's see if we can find a microphone. Oh, cool. This is actually not half bad. We'll use the microphone icon. So here you go. There's a microphone icon right there. And then we will use, let's say, a webcam. So we need a webcam icon here. Oh, this is a good looking one. So there's a webcam icon. So which one do we need now? We have the audio mic, we have the desktop, the webcam, we need the task manager. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a task manager icon. Something unique, something cool. This one's cool. So there you go. That's pretty much it. Now I can copy this location, close this out, close out my other software that I don't need, and then go ahead and start adding this stuff. So let's go ahead and double click on the image list. We're going to start adding more stuff at the end. So just click on add and go into the images and media. We're going to add the remote desktop, we're going to add the microphone, we're going to add the webcam, the task manager, and that is pretty much it. We're going to click open. We're going to click no to all. I do not want to make this into 1024 separate bitmaps, so hell no to all. And then there you have it. So now we're starting with 5. Let's make desktop number 5. And then audio, and then webcam, and then task manager. So it goes 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to hit apply, okay. Come back over to the menu. 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 5. So image index of 5. Oh, well, you don't even really have to, maybe we don't even have to really remember this. Let me see if I can change this images thing over to image list 1. And then on that, we can actually just choose the image index by the actual image itself. So as you can see, this is 5. This one here is going to be 6. This one's going to be 7. And this one's going to be 8. So there you have it. I'm going to close that out, save the project, run the project, and you guys are going to be able to see this pop up. And if I right click, you'll see that we have desktop, mic, webcam, and task manager. So there you have it. Those are the icons for our stuff. Now these top 2 we're going to delete later, guys, so don't freak out over these. These are just temporary things I'm using for whenever we start talking about socket network programming. When we get that far into this series, you guys are going to have to learn socket programming, and I'd like to make things easy for you by giving you a couple of demonstrations up here. First of all, to be able to send to a selected person that you've clicked on, and the second one will be able to allow you to send to a broadcast message to all connected clients that are connected to your rat, right? Okay, cool. So that is that. Oh, it's just looking so sexy, so tiny and sexy and petite. You know what I mean? And FUD as fuck too, by the way, probably. So, with that being said, let us move on to something a little bit better. So now that we've got those made up, let's go ahead and... So guys, this so far this is actually a pretty short video, 22 minutes so far, and we're doing really well. I mean, we've already designed and developed our audio capture, our remote desktop capture, webcam capture, and task manager. This is some really cool stuff to get us started. I think we should call it, just for now, because we've got to do some programming behind this stuff. But before we can even dive into this stuff, we have to set up our sockets and our networking, because without that, there's no point in having anything else. So keep in mind, this is nothing, okay? This is literally nothing. No way are we finished. No, not even near complete, okay? But with the help of AI, we were able to generate these super, super quick and get them out of the way. So now, what we'll do, and again, also, this may not stick. I may change these. We might change these if we don't like the way it's laid out, etc., etc. We can definitely look through this and figure stuff out. This one's okay. We'll probably keep it. This one's okay. We'll probably keep it. This one's fine. We'll probably add to it, to be honest with you. This is nothing. This is trash. But with the audio capture, this we might change a little bit to make it a little better looking. This kind of looks bland to me. I don't know. I just don't feel right about it. Something's definitely not right about it. And we still got to add the bar at the bottom and all that stuff. But for now, we're going to leave this saved as it is. So, I'm thinking that you guys have now understood how simple it is to open up the IDE and design your own forms for your project. I mean, guys, literally there is nothing more simplified than being able to drag and drop stuff. It's the exact same thing that you would be doing in Microsoft Visual Studio or any other IDE that supports WinForms. Okay, it's the same damn thing. Same thing. Drag, drop, be done with it. The only thing I've shown you is how to like ask AI for a DFM file. And by the way, that's exactly what that's called. So let me, I went very quick in this video, so let me go ahead and slow it down right now. In order to get to the code of the makeup of the form, it's called a DFM. So it's right here. If you want to open up these little things in the project inspector, you can actually double click on the remote, like for example, this is the remote desktop capture form. This is the DFM, a Delphi form. Right, a Delphi form code file. So if I double click this or right click, you can actually you can show it in Explorer. You can try to get to it this way by opening it. It just opens this form. Unfortunately, that's not where we want to be. So when you guys get here, you're probably used to double clicking on buttons and going in and looking at this code right here. This is not the code that makes up the form. This is the unit code. So to get the easiest way I find to get directly to the Delphi form code, like the DFM itself, is to right click anywhere on any component. It doesn't matter, just anywhere inside of the form area, just right click and go view as text. This is the makeup of the form. It has all the object types. So this is the object for the entire form. This is an object for the image, the T image. So here, if I go right click and go back to view as form, the T image is this big giant thing where the actual webcam imagery will show up. So if I go back to view as text, you'll see that, you know, and it shows like the left is 0, the top is, you know, 47, the width is 800, the height is 516. It's anchored to the top, left, right, bottom, and it's on stretch mode equal to true. These are all of this entire object block from object down to end is quite literally defining a new object in Delphi on this form. It's literally telling it, here's the left position of this component, here's the top, width, height, anchors, and stretch, and anything else that you can define this component with can go right here under this. Now, the reason the AI comes in so handy is like it understands this, like it understands the layout and the proper structure of a DFM file. So it's able to, if you give it some code, like here, if I go to view as form, if you take this unit code, it automatically sees the tform2 and the class of tform. It automatically takes this into context and understands, oh, I'm building the end user a form in Delphi with a bunch of objects on it, like buttons, checkboxes, blah, 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 blah. That's how the AI knows to automatically do this. So if you go to view as text here, it knows that form2 is a tform2. It knows all of these things. It knows like the size of it, the text height. It knows all this stuff. So it's able to generate this in literally like 5 seconds. And if you paste it in here, like I showed you before, and you go back to view as form, boom, it's automatically done for you. The only catch is that you have to go into the code unit and add every component that you added here. Now, usually I'm extremely lazy if I'm going to have AI help automate this to make a form like that. I'm going to also have the AI write this entire unit for me, like just straight up. And that's pretty much what I did in this, okay? So these are all added, and now the program can be ran, and it won't have any errors or issues. It'll just run and work and be amazing, right? Perfect. So now you guys understand how to automatically create forms using AI, but you also know how to create forms yourself. You just find components up here, you drag and drop them down, and you design this thing. Literally from the ground up. That's what you do. So yeah. So there's audio capture, remote desktop, webcam, and remote task manager. So now then, I think you guys are more than ready to proceed to the next session, in which we are going to be talking about sockets, okay, network programming. Because let's face it, 90% of everything a rat does, or any computer software that needs to communicate over the internet, has to use sockets, okay? So in the next session, I'm going to be teaching you about sockets and connection methodologies, like from the past till now, A lot of you might, like a lot of you seasoned guys out there might look at that statement and be like, what the fuck, Bitmaster, what are you talking about? There's only one way to connect, bruh. Yeah, I get it. I'm talking about direct connection versus reverse connection versus peer-to-peer connections versus stun, turn, and ice and stuff like this and that. I'm going to briefly describe how, computers peer-to-peer connect by hole punching through NAT routers, etc., etc. We're gonna cover some of this stuff, and it's gonna be kind of cool, right? So we're gonna cover sockets mainly, network programming in the next session, and we're gonna practice. Like we'll probably open up this project and do some stuff, but we're also going to start other projects and try to learn from them, because I have to teach you guys, because you're at the very beginning stages and you need to understand what it is you're trying to do. And what that is get one computer A, to talk to computer B, and computer B to be able to talk back to computer A over your LAN or WAN, the internet, right? So I'll be teaching you about port forwarding. I'll be teaching you how to just connect things together. Or we're just going to be a bunch of networking gurus by the end of it, aren't we? Alrighty, so. With that being said and done, and guys, I just want to also iterate over this again. We are not finished. This is a long way out. Like, just this audio and desktop and webcam and task manager, this is all garbage, okay? This is just a template, just to get us started, nothing more, nothing less. So, in the next video, like I said, we're going to go ahead and begin socket programming. But for now, this is the perfect template. Again, I'm going to include the files necessary for this for download. So I'll save the project now, and as soon as I'm done compiling this video and uploading it to YouTube, I will make sure that you guys have a link in the video's description. So you'll want to check that if you want to download this updated version of this demo rat that we're programming in this series, and it'll have all these forms made up just like this for you guys. And here's the cool part. The cool part is, even though you may not have some of these components that I've actually had to go out and buy and get, you're not going to have to worry too much about it, because you can simply erase what's read in the code and just put your own design on it, or even better, rather than doing all that, in fact, scratch all that. That was retarded. I don't even know why I told you guys that. Just simply download the project files, and you'll have the remote audio capture, the remote desktop, the remote task manager, and the remote webcam all there in the package. Like, okay, so what you do is you take these files from my project that I'll upload, and you drag them into your project. Okay, you kind of get that. So like, you'll go to the show and explore. Like you'll go here. You'll take the DFMs and the Pascal files for every single thing that we created. Okay, task manager, webcam. You'll take all that. So you'll copy them, and you'll paste them into wherever your project is. Okay. So after you've copied all these, like right-click, copy, and then go right-click, paste into wherever you saved your rat that you're currently working on with this project while you're following along with me. You'll paste them in there if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, then paste them in there. And then what you can do is come into your project. So pretend this is your project. So none of these would even show in yours yet. So you would just come to Project, Add to Project, and you would browse to them, and you just select all the ones that you would like to add, which is all of the ones we created in this tutorial video, and click Open, and boom, it's going to throw them all into your project, and you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. You'll have access to this one, this one, this one, and this one, all with inside your own rat that you've been coding the whole time following along with me. And it won't cause any issues in the code. There shouldn't be any errors of any kind. It'll just plainly work for you. How cool is that? So there you have it. All right, so guys, 33 minutes. I think we did pretty well, pretty swell job on this, just simply designing graphical interfaces and whatnot. Again, I'm trying my best to take this little baby steps at a time. I don't want to overflow anyone too much on stuff. That's why I'm not going to go into hardcore programming on every single freaking bit of this right now, because first of all, it would make no sense because we haven't connected our sockets together yet, and we have to design kind of a connection-based platform and a way for them to communicate. So we don't want to We don't want to perform any amount of programming at all, period, until we understand how we're going to be putting sockets on here and how we're going to get things to communicate back and forth between our server, this thing, and our client, which is going to run on another computer, right? Or on other computers, rather. There you have it. So, yeah. So this is that. Just try to let it all sink in. And guys, again, you don't have to do this my way. You don't have to let AI do this for you. You don't have to even do it in the same manner as I do. I'll break this down for you. For the remote audio capture, honestly, guys, all you need is just this top part. Literally, that's it. That's literally it. This is all you need. This is just specialty stuff that I might consider doing while we're capturing stuff, and we can save it to a file and then play and stop and record and whatnot. So, you know, it just whatever. I might do this for you guys in the actual programming of the code, but all you need in your RAT project to just get things rolling is just this top part. You want to be able to refresh and get their devices and get your output device so you can get their microphone to your output device and start capture. That's it. It's that simple. So you don't need all this other garbage junk. You don't need it, okay? And the same goes for remote desktop. This is pretty much spec on, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you probably need a timer, unless you want to make it client-side based. We'll talk about that when we get into the programming of it all. But for this, you'll need a button, and you'll need some checkboxes that are going to allow you to do some stuff like control the keyboard, mouse, save the frames to images, blah, blah, blah. All that good junk, right? And then a status strip and obviously a image to show the remote user's desktop on, right? And you want to make sure that stretch is enabled on these, which it is, so that's good. So the same goes for remote webcam. All you need is just a simple, you know, device thingy here. You got a label that says device, combo box to where we're going to list out all of their webcam devices. And one thing I will do here real quick, actually, is this is a drop-down list, so that's absolutely perfect. We will do drop-down list. Great. Looks like AI knew what it was doing. That's great. So then we'll have a start button, a stop button, a status strip to show what's going on, and an image to be able to show the webcam frame. And then for the task manager, all you have to have is just a list view and a pop-up menu. That way you can assign the pop-up menu to the list view and be able to kill a process that's selected or something like that. Okay, it's super, super simple. And in case you guys can't tell already, coding a rat is like the most basic shit in the whole fucking world. It really is. All you're doing is connecting someone to you and being able to communicate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's it. It's just a long, complex phone call, like with different data coming through, you know? So like when they come through and they say, oh, I'm a new guy, here I am, blah, 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 then your server goes, oh, I got a new guy, okay, here we go. Well, there's his IP address, there's his computer name, there's whether or not he's running as UAC, elevated process, and there's his antivirus. This stuff will be grabbed on his end. You see what I mean? So like on the other the person that runs the client, that information will be grabbed on their end and thrown over the socket connection to your end to be displayed on your list view. You kind of get where I'm going with that, guys? The audio capture is the same exact thing. When you hit refresh, you're sending a command to the client saying, hey, can you mind like letting me know like if you have a microphone, and get the driver names and throw them back over to me. So the client goes, oh, yeah, I got like 10 fucking microphones plugged into this bastard. You know, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know. And then they all show up right here, right? And then, likewise, in the code on the local side, on the server side here, you grab all of your output devices. So your speakers, headphones, whatever you got, and you select that to be the output device. And when you hit Start Capture, you're sending a command to the client saying, hey, I need to listen to your microphone, okay? And then it says, oh, okay. And so you start grabbing all the data incoming from their microphone into like a byte stream or an array of bytes, and you send that array of bytes, constantly stream it through the socket, you know, like me talking, fa la 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 la, you know, like that, right? So you get it, right? So like all that comes over, and when it comes over in your socket code, you'll have different handlers for everything. So like if it's audio, then you want to create some sort of a a WAV object or something, and you want to pipe those bytes into it and have it play in real time, like real time streaming. Just like I'm talking to you guys right now and you're streaming over YouTube, you're able to receive UDP packets and whatnot from YouTube, and it buffers up your video so you can play it. It's like a stream. This is basically the same damn thing. It's literally back and forth, back and forth. Give me your devices, give me your audio, and then they throw back their audio and you start listening. The same with remote desktop. You say start capture and it sends, hey, can I get a desktop screenshot of your desktop? And then on their end it goes, oh yeah, sure. Click, and it like captures an image of their screen and it goes bloop, it converts it into a bunch of bytes and then sends them over. And on your end you say, oh, I'm receiving someone's desktop, throw it in here. It's that simple. So the same thing for a remote webcam. You're saying, hey, can you give me a list of your webcams? And then the client goes, yep, okay, I got one webcam installed here. It's called a Logitech blah blah fucker webcam. So it goes boom, it comes over here, and then you just put it in there. And then whenever you want to start the camera, you click this button, and in the code, the logic of this button will simply say, hey, the image index or the index of the webcam driver we're going to be messing with is 0, because you only got one, for example, that Logitech fucker webcam, right? I'm such a potty mouth. So that would be index of 0. So you send that over and say, hey, use this webcam, and then the client says, oh, okay, yeah, I've got that webcam driver at position 0, blah, 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 here it is. And you can do it by position, by name, by whatever, by driver, it doesn't matter. You could do it a trillion different freaking ways. But you grab their webcam imagery and you convert it to an array of bytes or whatever you want, and then you stream it on over. And whenever it comes over, your main rat socket server thingy over here says, oh god, I think I got somebody's webcam. Okay, and then it goes, okay, well, decode the stream, put it in here, throw it on the image, you're done. And this happens in less than a blink of a human eye. It's like almost instantaneous. So when you do this, you can make the client side loop and keep sending, so it's a constant live stream, you see? So then the same thing again, guys, on the task manager, all you're doing is literally just once you open this up, oh, here, I'll tell you what, we'll make a refresh thing here as well. So here, we'll do refresh applications. We'll do refresh. We'll just put refresh for now, whatever. So put it on top, and then there's refresh processes. Here, we'll just put processes, process list. Okay, so whenever you click on this, whenever you right click on this and you click refresh process list, your server just, it says, hey, you're trying to refresh this dude, so send a command over. And then on the client side, the client says, oh, you need all my processes. Okay, well, let me go ahead and loop through the Windows API here and get every single process and all the details you're requesting, blah, 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 blah. And so it grabs all the stuff and it goes bloop, 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 and throws it all back over to you, and you just go and list it all out in the list view, and that's it. So then whenever you right click on this and you go kill process on the one that you selected on, and you can do it by index, for example, then whenever you say kill process, it goes, hey, can you kill this process? It sends that over to the client, and the client goes, oh, you're requesting me to kill this process. Yeah, sure, I'll kill it. Here you go, boom. And then, if you killed the process out, if it was Notepad, it would just die on the person's screen. It would just go away because you killed it using Windows API calls or whatever you're going to do. So that's it. It's, guys, literally, it's just a phone call. It's just a complex phone call. You can think of it like that. With different data types, you just send and receive, send and receive, send and receive. Everything you're doing is just basic as absolute shit. Like, dead serious. It's just send and receive. Stupid, easy crap that people learn, like whenever they're trying to learn programming. Hell, it's like practically the first thing you learn, besides how to loop and how to declare variables and stuff, I guess. But networking is a very big part of computing. Without sockets, the internet would not exist as we know it. So in any case, that's that. I really hope that I explained this well enough for you guys. Sorry for my long speeches, but I guess some of you guys actually enjoy it. Helps you understand better. That's great. But for now, we're going to leave it at this. I'm going to go ahead and save all. You will have a link, like I said, updated for this download in the description of the video. And in the next video, in the next tutorial segment of this course, we're going to be talking about, like I said before, socket programming, network programming. We're going to discuss TCP, UDP, connection, just different types of connections you make from the past till now. We're going to talk about the history of sockets a little bit, and then we're going to talk about how to actually make it happen in Delphi. I'm also going to be showing you guys how to properly install several well-known socket libraries in Delphi, and then we will practice with those without this rat, and probably with this rat as well near the end of the video. But we're going to make our own projects, and I'm going to show you how to connect things together and how to do stuff. I'm also going to link every single video in the description of my next video. Every video that I've ever made that deals with sockets, that way you guys can go watch those to like revamp up on that, because this stuff is super, super basic, simple stuff. If you just wrap your mind around it, you can get it really quickly. But all right, guys, so that's it. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you in the next video where we are going to learn all about sockets. Catch you later. Peace out.